XRP is pumping. It's up almost 20% on the 7-day span, up about almost 11% on the 24-hour span, and we can see trading volumes are picking up well over $1.8 billion. This is very interesting to see, but it is something that I have warned about for a little while now, and in a recent video, I said that the next XRP move is going to surprise and shock a lot of people. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. We are getting close to that 100,000 mark. So anyone who is subscribing in the short term definitely helps us get there faster. And for those that have been subscribed for a while, I cannot thank you all enough for the support. It truly does mean a lot to me, and I do appreciate it. But outside of that, yes, XRP is pumping. The trading volume is up about 17%. And we could obviously see the chart here. Now, the big problem is that we are in a supply zone. We are in that supply zone going all the way back to the 17th of last month. So this is where we do need to be a little bit cautious because everyone is getting extremely bullish. Everyone is getting, extremely excited about this. And typically this is where we will see a major pullback back into a demand zone, roughly around like 47 cents before the next impulsive move to the upside. But is this exciting? Is this something that we have been waiting for? 100%. And I do like to see 50 cents regained. I would actually like for us to maintain above 50 cents. But the question is, are we going to come back down into a demand zone, chop a little bit sideways, and then regain 50 cents and hold it? That's the big question. But I am very excited about this, and I would love to see the price action continue and us actually flip the supply zone. Because again, it's not a guarantee that we are going to reject the supply zone. I'm just saying that this is where we should be cautious, because this is where we would see a rejection. Ultimately, the whole goal for me is to flip the next supply zone, which is the one that we have been rejecting off of for the entirety of roughly the end of 2023 into 2024, which is right around roughly 72 cents. I think it's like 75 cents on TradingView. I strongly encourage everyone to join the free Discord. There's going to be a link at the top of the description below. This is one of the most valuable and informative Discords out there, and it's completely free. There's a free side that has a ton of free crypto gems, free market strategies, guides, market trends, free charts, and there's also going to be new cheat sheets dropped in this Discord. And already, we have a ton of testimonials from members of the Discord that have been absolutely loving it. So what are you waiting for? Go and click the link at the top of the description below and join the free Discord. Now, beyond that, this is the XRP dominance chart, and this was the area that we were watching for. In fact, going all the way back to February into these lows down here, this is the level at which we were watching. In fact, what we were really looking at was the RSI chopping to the sideways in a very oversold area going all the way back to 2019. This is essentially the lowest point on RSI, so we knew that a significant impulsive move to the upside was going to happen, and we were just waiting for it. And I even said that we're probably going to chop a little bit sideways in this golden zone, which is where we see all of the major impulsive moves to the upside, going all the way back to even 2017, 2018. And guess what? Now we are breaking to the upside. The first major target here for me was about roughly 1.31%. This was a supply zone flip that we needed to flip, and we so far have flipped it. I would like this to continue higher, back test this, flip into support, and continue even higher. Now we need to be a little bit cautious. We need to be a little bit, we have to throw our emotions out because the emotions mean nothing right now. This is not like XRP going to the moon or anything like that, but it is the start of something very interesting, because if this is going to continue in the way that I foresee this continuing, I do think that this could be very similar to March of 2021, where we had that first major impulse move to the upside, and this continued with some major bullish moves to the upside. But I think that this is more similar to 2017, 2018, in a sense that if we actually look back at that time, and even if we look at, price action on the USD chart, just let's go back to 2017, 2018, right? We had that first major impulse move, and then it continued with, just a couple months of sideways price action until that last impulse move to the upside, which is the all-time high. But dominance played into this perfectly, where we had a move to the upside. Again, this is a supply zone. If you actually look at this, this is a supply zone that we ran into. And then we found resistance, we rejected it, came back down into resistance that was flipped into support, and then we continued even higher into May. Again, during this time, that was the first major impulse move on XRP from, roughly less than 1 cent all the way up to about roughly 40 cents. Now, everyone would have thought that XRP was done. The bull run is done for XRP because, again, this was the top in May. This is when XRP hit 40 cents, and then it just sold off heavy, and it was in a downtrend, and everyone was like, all right, that's it. XRP's dead. It's done. Nobody needs to look at it again. And then in December, we start to see another major impulse move to the upside, which did take us to the all-time high. If this is something that we are going to follow closely, then I am expecting dominance to continue pretty high. And this is where we really kind of look at like the 12% level on XRP. And if that is the case, again, we don't know how quick this can happen. But I'm ultimately looking at a major impulse move to the upside first, followed by chop sideways for a couple months. And we're talking about the USD chart, very similar to 2017, 2018, where we have that major impulse move, followed by sideways price action. Then we have that big move to the upside. That's what we would be looking at here. And when I say that, what we are really looking at is also the XRP Bitcoin pair. We are at the first major area of resistance that we are really kind of trading against. This is that level that I said we need to actually flip this in order to have XRP go absolutely crazy. Right now, the XRP Bitcoin pair is at resistance while the XRP USD chart is actually at a supply zone. So we need to be cautious on XRP. We can't get ahead of ourselves. We can't get too bullish. Although, yes, it looks great. Things are looking good. We need to be cautious because that's when we start to see, the opposite moves happen that we don't want to see. But this was the area that we were looking at. Again, RSI, very similar to dominance, right? Where it's oversold. And this is where major impulse moves happen. Very similar to going back to 2021, back to 2017, 2018 as well. Again, during this time, what we really want to see is similar price action. We want to see a major impulse move. We want to see a candle like this that has so much momentum behind it that it pushes us out of significant resistance. We want to break over this trend line that we have been trailing in since going all the way back to November of 2020, and we want to continue even higher. This can take time, but going back to dominance, this should have us trading at anywhere between roughly like 10 to 12%. Is that going to happen? We don't know. In fact, nobody's going to be able to tell you if that is going to happen, but we still need to also flip this downtrend, which is also on the dominance chart going all the way back to November of 2020. This is a macro trend line that we actually need to break over on both the dominance and the Bitcoin pair before we even get, ahead of ourselves. We can't get too bullish at this current moment in time, but it is still very exciting. It's very exciting to see this. And I have been following this for a while. Even when it comes to the Bitcoin pair, this is the thing that really matters right now. And I even said that going back to July 2nd, I said, how is basically no one in the XRP community talking about how bullish the XRP Bitcoin pair looks right now? Everyone is worried about the USD chart and panicking about Bitcoin selling off, but take a quick look at the Bitcoin pair on altcoins. This is a warning sign that phase 2 is getting close and that altcoins are about to significantly outperform the market. I have been echoing that the Bitcoin pair is far more important right now than the USD pair, and this is why. And also, here's a follow-up just from the other day, July 4th, right? Even though the market has been pulling back deeper, the XRP Bitcoin pair continues to trail in a uptrend. And yes, everyone was making fun of this chart because they're like, oh, wow, this played out perfectly, right? This is a lagging factor. The Bitcoin pair for altcoins is a lagging factor. And I said this, and going back to July 4th, this is July 4th, right? Look at it today. Look at the USD pair on XRP. Look at the price movement. This is why I focus on the Bitcoin pair more than the USD pair, because the Bitcoin pair and even dominance technically will give you a move on the USD chart and actually print a potential move on the USD chart before we even see it on the USD chart. But building on top of this, altcoin sentiments, right? Or altcoin sentiment, sorry. I said that the altcoin comments in the last few weeks have been similar to this. Altcoins are down 50 to 90%. This isn't normal. Altcoins are dead. All season already happened. X, Y, and Z didn't even move. They are dead. Again, I outlined this. When we take a look at the altcoin sentiment, even around XRP, it has been so negative. I mean, when we lost 40 cents for a slight time, when we were down to like 38 cents, everyone was so bearish. Again, they were bearish at the bottom on the Bitcoin pair and on the dominance chart. This is where you actually want to be bullish on altcoins. This is not where you want to flip bearish. This is where people lose out on significant upside potential. This is why I have been outlining the fact that XRP is technically very bullish regardless of what we see on the USD pair. The USD pair will follow once we see the impulsive move on the Bitcoin pair, and, well, dominance will just follow, because if XRP is gaining strength against Bitcoin, then it's gaining dominance. And that's what we're seeing. But outside of that, as everyone has been focused on a few things, like, for an example, Bitcoin with Germany, right? With Germany selling Bitcoin, and even Mt. Gox, right? Everyone has been focused on Mt. Gox and Germany. It's crazy that so many people overlook the fact that the ETH ETFs have still yet to enter the market. And I said on July 2nd that I feel like the ETH ETF approval is going to happen when we least expect it. Knowing the TradFi space, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened Friday. Obviously, it didn't. Either way, we know the ETH ETF approval is coming, which will push the Ethereum narrative into overdrive. Phase 2 is still loading. Now, if you guys do remember, back in the end of May, big shout out to Bank XRP, we actually got all Ethereum ETFs approved. They were already approved. Here you actually have from the SEC themselves. Let me just zoom in so that you guys can actually see this. It's from the SEC. This happened at the end of May. We have self-regulatory organizations, NYSE, ARCA Inc., the NASDAQ, CBOE. I mean, this is pretty much all major exchanges order granting accelerated approval of proposed rule changes as modified by amendments thereto to list and trade shares of Ether-based exchange-traded products, ETFs, or in this sense, ETPs. But this is the welcome mat for ETFs. This is the approval of those spot ETFs. It's already out there, right? Like, this is already the game plan. Everyone has been following, what the SEC has been telling us. If we actually look at what the SEC has been telling us, they said that they should be fully approved by September. This is what Gary Gensler told us. Like I said, we front run this. They're playing the market perfectly. That's why we see all these headline articles and, delays happening. Everyone was expecting the trading to start by July 2nd. Didn't. The market sold off. Over here, we have Ethereum survives the SEC. Like, all of this is a play. It's manipulation of the markets. That's why I say, like, we are going to get the ETH ETFs when we least expect it. As everyone is distracted by, Germany selling Bitcoin and, Mt. Gox, that's when we will get this. But one thing that I will say about XRP, right? Because if we do start to see phase 2 loading, XRP is going to continue even higher. The rotation is going to be very significant. Now, I've been seeing a lot of bullish posts about this as well. For an example, Crypto Bitlord, probably one of the biggest memes in this space, as you guys are probably aware. He's been around for a very long time, makes very funny content. A lot of people hate him. A lot of people love him. Again, it's mixed reviews, but regardless, he just recently started talking about XRP heavily. And we have Call Me Delusional, but I think XRP will flip ETH this market cycle. Is this actually crazy to think about? Because this is something that I've been talking about for a while as well. When we talk about XRP flipping Ethereum, or a lot of people say XRP will flip Bitcoin, it's possible in a utility bull run, but this time around, I don't know if that's going to be the case. It did in the past, but flipping Ethereum is not that challenging for XRP. It has flipped Ethereum. It's been trading above Ethereum in the past. So that's not a crazy thing to have, history repeat or possibly even rhyme. And we have maybe even Bitcoin. I expect it to suck so much liquidity out of the market, whole sectors will be rugged to feed the Ripple monster higher. FOMO like you've never seen. Pure panic. Now, listen, as everyone has been flipping bearish on XRP, so many people forget what XRP is, how big XRP is, and the fact that XRP has been in the top 10 for so long. It is one of the largest projects in this space. It is one of the strongest projects in this space. Everyone continues to forget just how big of a piece of this market XRP actually is. And when it really starts to move to the upside, it becomes even bigger, and it's almost like a snowball effect. I do think that once XRP breaks its all-time high, it's going to absolutely send much higher. This is also why I said, my range on XRP is $5 to $10 this cycle. I said this back in March. I see so many people saying that it won't or it can't happen, right? These are the same people cheering for Ethereum to hit 7,500 to 10,000, also Bitcoin to hit 100,000 to 150,000. Think about this logically for a second. Even going off of the fully diluted market cap of XRP at $5 and $10, the market cap would be $500 billion and $1 trillion. ETH at 7,500 and 10,000 would be valued at 900 billion and 1.2 trillion. Bitcoin at 100,000 and 150,000 would be valued at 1.97 trillion and 2.9 trillion. Now, I ask you, does it seem crazy to think XRP could hit $5 to $10 this cycle? Absolutely not, in my opinion. In fact, I think it's conservative. And the reason why I say this is go back to when we got the announcement of XRP is not a security, right? XRP had in a 24-hour span almost $3 billion in trading volume. It was almost matching Ethereum. And this is also almost 50% of the trading volume on Bitcoin. Then we also got this, where XRP actually flipped Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume. This is not crazy. Like, when we take a look at how big XRP could be, it is a monster. This is also why I say, focus on the Bitcoin pair, focus on the dominance, because XRP will be that silent killer in this space. It will absolutely, demolish all the bearish narratives that have been floating around XRP for so long. And I strongly believe that happens this cycle. Why? Well, look at how much substance is behind XRP now. Beyond just institutional DeFi initiatives, beyond, XRP being relisted on all major exchanges and not a security in the court of law, think about what's really going on behind the ledger as well. Amendments, use cases, things like that. It's a very different bull run this time around for XRP than 2021, where it was in the middle of a lawsuit. It was probably one of the most bearish altcoins in this space that nobody wanted to talk about. And guess what? Even then, it still did a 16x off the lows back in 2020 into the 2021 high. So this time around, yes, I'm expecting a lot more upside potential. And in fact, I'm actually expecting it to break its all-time high. And the question is, when it does break that all-time high, what is everyone going to do? Well, retail is going to FOMO in and send it even higher. But is this the time for XRP to go and hit a new all-time high? I don't believe that this is the time just yet. I think that this is a major move in the market before a much larger move on Bitcoin and altcoins. But I do think that the stage is set for altcoins to go absolutely crazy within the next couple of weeks. And I would argue that by the end of the summer, I'm telling you guys, altcoins, this entire market's going to look extremely different. And in hindsight, we're going to look back and say, it was so obvious. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.